We got live dials to get to. We got more notes to share. Angela's deal. We're going to be talking about that. Joe and Judas multifamily project and the leads you have submitted. So we are just getting started, but I see the chats coming in. Congratulations. Thank you to each of you for being here. David and Yasmin, thank you for co-hosting with me today. We're going to dive in. For those of you who haven't seen the link, I know there was some of you on some of the platforms not having that link. Yasmin will be distributing that, and all you got to do is comment. If you're watching the replay, comment, link please, and my team will be on that and make sure that you have the link. All right, so anybody missing the link, just ask for it, and my team will make sure that you have it on you. Keep a lookout for that, please. All right, let's start dialing some live leads. Let's get this going. First off, we have Kelly on West Ebel. Wrong. Let's try that again.
Now.
And Anya, if you could grab that link from Yasmin and post that in the Zoom chat as well. I see several in the Zoom haven't received it yet.
Hello?
Kelly, it's Andrew calling you on the West Ebel house. How are you?
Who's this, sorry?
My name's Andrew. I was calling interested in buying your house you got in Boonville.
I don't have a house in Boonville.
Oh, well, shoot. Maybe I got the wrong number. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Let me see. We got the right number here. By the way, that happens sometimes. Dial that number again. See if I typed it in wrong. May have fat fingered it. How's your energy now? You guys energized after that beautiful share? Shoden is a 10. Marlon's 100. Heck yeah.
Just leave me a message. I'll try to get back there. Yep. Thank you.
All right. Let's send a text. We're going to send a text saying, by the way, this is the text you send when they don't answer. Interested in your West Abel Road property. When do you have a minute to talk? Call.
Forwarded to an.
Didn't answer, so we dial again. Get somebody on the phone. We're going to have a great conversation. By the way, if any of you had questions we hadn't got to yet, put them in the chat with a Q in the front of them. I'll be answering questions as we dial here. We're going to do a deal breakdown I think you'll enjoy very much here in a moment. Okay, nothing there. Got to get somebody on the phone.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Wait.
Is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press.
Hey, it's Andrew. Interested in your house on St. Lucia Drive. When do you have a minute to talk? All right, keep them coming. Got to get somebody on the phone. Brandon, we got any like background music or anything?
No.
Hey, Gerald, it's Andrew calling you on the Patch Drive house. How you doing?
Okay.
Hey, I was calling. From my understanding, you had 3 different properties you were looking to sell, but you would be interested in owner financing if we could work out the terms. Is that a correct understanding?
I don't really want to.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I would maybe for a year,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to do it long term.
Okay.
Again, if you're strong enough and you paid me real well, I wouldn't mind leaving the money out at 12%.
12%. Oof.
Yeah. Well, are you thinking something less?
For sure.
Okay. Well, we don't need to talk anymore.
How much equity you got in the properties? Like if I bought them, is there a discount? You want an all retail and 12% interest? Oh my gosh. Okay. Fair enough, brother. Probably better to keep them.
Well, I don't want to keep them. I'm going to sell them one way or the other.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, is there any flexibility on price?
Yeah, I'd take, because I'm prepared to pay a 6% commission. I'd take 6% less. I don't know what I quoted you, probably what I got them listed for.
You got, let's see, Pawtucket 125. Oh, no, that's the address. Hang on. You have, let me get my notes here. What are they listed at? All 4 of them together, if we took all 4 of them.
70, 70, and 40.
That's
180.
70, 70, 40. And then what was the third one? I understand there's a one on Arlington.
Oh, I think I have that one sold. the guy that I loaned the money to, in the first place, who's causing me all this loss, says he'll buy it for 120, and he's supposed to do it by the end of this month. But if not, it's going to be back on the market.
What do you think those 3 properties that you're asking 77 for, 184, what would they appraise for if I got them appraised?
That or more.
Okay. So just so you know, we do it 2 ways. We either pay cash, but we get a discount, or we substantial, or we do it on our financing and pay you over time. We don't mind paying retail, but we wouldn't be able to make sense of retail plus they just wouldn't support that. Even if we rent them, it wouldn't support that kind of interest rate. Yeah. Are you open to a different interest rate if you finance them and we get a number that the deals can support? Because we're going to be responsible, of course, after we close them with the real estate attorney for maintenance, repairs, taxes, and insurance till we pay you off. Well, normally if we're paying retail and all closing, we buy with nothing down.
Mm-hmm. I don't know you. You might be strong enough. I don't know.
Would you?
How much money you got? What's your net worth?
Would you like to know? I respect the question. I've done a few hundred of these. I'll put it that way. How long are you prepared to hold the note if we agree on terms?
Well, I'm 84. How long do you think I would carry it?
Oh, well, Moses started his ministry at 80, so I'd say at least 20 years.
I don't want the executor to have to worry with this for no long-term stuff. That's the only reason.
Would you give us 3 to 5 years if we could buy it for up in that 165 to 180 price and agree on the monthly?
No, I'm not going to discount it and carry it low interest. Nah.
Well, you said 6% discount, didn't you?
I don't know about financing it though. It's 6% off.
Oh, okay. Well, that's just quoting back to you what you said.
Put some money down.
So,
but no, if I'm going to see your financial statement.
That's fair enough. All right, brother.
I give mine to my bank. I'm worth $5 million, and they don't want to loan me money.
Yeah. Well, my bank will loan me money, but I need a big discount if I'm going to pay you cash. So, well, let's just do this. Let's have another conversation in a couple weeks and see how things are going, and we'll go from there. All right, brother? All right. Bye for now. All right. Questions. Who has questions? That was a fun call. You guys hear me say this, and this is a big note to take away. You guys notice, and I share this because old Andrew, 2014 Andrew, when he started doing calls, when he met somebody with that who'd pop questions like that, number one, Andrew, 21-year-old Andrew, would have been afraid to ask the nothing down question. 21-year-old Andrew would have got nervous about that call, but you notice how I just played with resistance. It's like I'm talking to Grandpa, and I'm just having a chat, and he says something to me, and I say something back, and we just had a good chat. Now, I guarantee you that he's not selling those properties, let alone at 180, let alone with 12% interest. His objective is to be able to get these darn things off his plate. So, Jane, I know you no doubt had a great chat with this gentleman. You should put him on a follow-up and have another chat with him. And when you do, ask him how that buyer that was buying that Arlington Circle house come out. And this guy is going to really, a little bit of time is going to change this guy's mind. And by the way, there's a value there. I don't know what these are worth. Jane, you should look this up. In fact, you can put these in the deal calculator. And if you want to run some numbers on them, if you don't have an account, go start you a Manus account or go start you a Claude AI account and just put these addresses in there and say, hey, what are these worth as rental properties? And ask the question. And very possible that he has these underpriced. In fact, right now, I have more dials to make, but I want to do this because this is what I would do if I was alone doing these dials. I'm going to put these right here into Manus. Let's see what it spits out for me. Here's 3 deals from a student. What do you think the value is as a rental property at retail price? See what it says. All right. Manus is thinking. Which, by the way, if you guys have not been using Claude AI or Manus, is it 100% accurate? Absolutely not. But it's a great way to be able to deep dive into properties. After this, we're getting ready to have another chat. There's a gentleman where, double check this. I'm sure nobody's called me back yet. So there's a gentleman who is ready to sign a contract with Joe and Judith on a 32 unit property. And what happens, in fact, I'm going to show you guys this real quick. So what happens is on this property, it's a 32 unit property. And the guy is, number one, he's behind on payments. Number two, it needs another $500,000 in work. It's 32 units. Only 16 of them are rented. And the property, I don't know yet what it's going to be worth once it's done. It's in Indiana. But I anticipate, the seller rather told me he anticipates that Don is worth between 3 and 3.4 million. Well, if we can buy a property that's worth 3 to 3.4 million that needs $500,000 in work for somewhere in the mid ones or even two, in the low to mid twos is what I meant to say, and get close to 7 figures of equity and bump the rents up and be able to put long-term debt on this thing since it's in my backyard. That's used to be my backyard where we got a bunch of stuff. This is a huge opportunity. Also, he's overpriced right now. So we sent over an LOI with a 3-fold offer. It's a commercial project. And the offers that we sent over, he liked 2 of them. And so we have another follow-up call later today, be able to chat with this gentleman and nail down the final numbers on the offer. Angela sent over a medical complex that is in foreclosure. I'm just sharing this with you guys because I want you guys to know behind the scenes how this works so that when you come across these deals, you know what questions to ask. Angela, I would want to ask 2 things on that medical complex. I've seen the payoff is just over $4 million. Can you ask them, number 1, if there is a reinstatement amount? And number 2, can we get a estimation of what we believe the complex would appraise for? So those are the 2 notes. Now, it may be too far along. There may be no reinstatement amount, but almost always I've seen an ability to get a reinstatement amount. There's a $4.1 million debt. They may only be $400,000 behind. Well, it's a whole lot different story to come up with $400,000 before an auction in 5 days than it is $4.1 million. And then, of course, we ask, is it worth it, depending on what it appraised for? And then you can, of course, Angela, shoot over the info you get on that, and we can decide whether we whack it or whether we attempt to move anything forward on it. There is a lot of moving pieces, so the likelihood of that one closing is slim, and it's worth finding out. So for every one of you, the mission, the job, the objective is to solve the seller's problems and to do it by asking better questions. And we either buy houses cash with big discounts or with terms, payments over time. So Manus is thinking, it's doing deep research right now. And while it's doing deep research, we're going to call another seller and see if we can get them on the phone. And then we're going to come back. So put this in your notes. Mr. Gerald, who we just talked to in Columbus, Georgia, with the three properties he's looking to sell. We will come back and see what Manus has to say about his properties in just a moment. Let's call Patrick on Davis Road.
Hello.
Patrick, it's Andrew calling you back. How are you?
All right.
Hey, I was calling on that Davis Road house. Is that still for sale?
Yes, it's not a house. It's just a land lot.
Land, got it. You're asking 30,000, right?
All right. So which one? Which one are you looking at?
The 4313 Davis Road land.
Yes.
Okay, and then what do you think that it's worth?
All right.
What would it appraise for?
I don't know. I got a realtor looking that up right now,
Okay.
and she haven't gave me the numbers on that one yet.
Okay. All right. You owe 10K on it still, correct?
No, I don't owe anything on it.
Oh, it's free and clear. Okay. Is the taxes
Yeah.
current and everything?
Yeah, everything's current.
Okay. If we was to buy that from you, are you willing to let us pay you the 30,000 over time?
You know what? I might be.
Okay.
We
What?
yeah, we might be open to that
Okay.
with a down payment.
What's the least you'd take as a down payment and the rest over time?
I gotta think about that one. I haven't thought about that.
Mm-hmm. You the only owner, or you and partner or anything?
No, it's just me.
Just you. Okay. What's got you looking
Yeah.
to sell it? Did you buy it to build on or do something, or what's
Yeah, I bought it to build, but didn't do anything.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What's around it? Is it like houses, mobiles?
They all of them are big lots, acreage that they some of them have mobile homes on them. I think I've seen some houses on some.
Is there
I don't know if you can
by chance is there water and sewer and electric there and stuff?
on 4313, there's 2 septic tanks that they told me, and one needs to be vacated. Thank you. I did see that one when I walked it. There's a light pole with power running to it on that one. And water, I think, is city.
Okay. City water, got electric, and it's
I know it had two mobile homes on it previously, so I'm quite sure,
okay. Okay. What
I'm just calling
two mobile homes? What do you think? What's it zoned? Do you know what it's zoned right now?
Residential,
Okay.
or rural residential.
All right. And it's all in one deed though, right?
All 2, the last name is all one west.
It's one deed.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. What kind of monthly payment? If we could buy it from you and pay you over time, like what kind of monthly payment would you be looking at till he pays you off?
Yeah. You know what? I really haven't did my homework on that part, to tell you the truth.
How much?
Yeah.
How much is the taxes a year?
Probably $300.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How close do you live to it?
I live probably 5 minutes away from it.
Let me go back. You mentioned you mentioned the 4313 a couple times. Do you have other land near it as well?
4319 right next to it, adjacent.
And how much acreage is that?
4319 is 2.48 acres.
And how much you asking for that one?
That one probably 20,000.
Maybe we'll package deal. If we made that, does it have electric and city water too?
Yes.
And then what about septics?
I don't know. They didn't find any news about septics, but I did see same type of picture on that one, but it had some mobile homes, and I haven't walked that lot. I walked 4313. Sorry.
Okay.
2021. February 21st.
Well, how much of a discount would you give us if we bought both of them from you at the same time?
Oh man, yeah. Say 10,000.
So 35,000 for both of them.
More like 40 for both.
40. Okay. Would something? What's the taxes on the other one? Is it?
It's about the same, roughly the same. Yeah, taxes not much.
Could we pay you like 600? Could we pay you like maybe like 150 a month until we paid you out the full 40?
Well, no, that's dragging it out there.
What
that's dragging it
need?
out. Let me do this. Let me do some math and call you back on it, because I wouldn't want to drag out that long.
Okay. Yeah, let me know. Maybe we could do like a balloon too, because like after we buy it from you, we're gonna resell it down the line anyway. Probably put some mobile homes on it. And have some ideas for it. So okay. When should we reconnect?
Give me to tomorrow about this time. Call me back.
And your name's Patrick, right?
Right.
Patrick. All right, Patrick. I'll talk to you tomorrow about this time, Patrick.
All right.
All right, thanks. All right, bye for now.
Yeah.
All right. For Nizzle, that was your lead. How you feeling, man?
Two pieces of land, huh?
Yeah. All right. This is a shiny object for 90% of you. So most of you should not do this land deal. And I will tell you a opportunity for any of my Georgia folk. If you want to buy this land, there's 2 septics on one. And one needs to be vacated. By the way, you're probably going to spend, don't quote me on this, you got to get prices, got to do your facts before you buy the darn thing. But you probably going to spend 15 or 20, maybe more, putting a septic in. So that's a cost to figure. I used to have my mobile home dealer's license, and I know people. I met one at there's a big Louisville mobile home show every year. Remind me, come back to that thought. Well, also, we got to go back to Gerald and those 3 properties, but we have a seller calling us back. Hello there, this is Andrew. Hey, how you doing? You remember everything, brother. You remember everything. Hey, what are we gonna do about this house, man? Oh, this is a lead that we talked to like 4 months ago. I didn't recognize him. What is it? Oh, cool. What'd they say it was worth? Well, shoot. Did they offer to buy it? Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, remind me what your debt is on this one. One like 160, right? So you're trying to get like what, 70 out of it, if I remember right? 60, 70? Cash? Okay, 60, 70. Much as you can. I get it. Okay. All right. Well, mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. My dad's a good dude. All right. Well, let's do this. So if we, like, for real, if we was to take over to 157 and pay you out cash and pay the closing and there's no royalty fees, I mean, what's the drop dead number? It's like, bro, if you wire me this, like, it's your house.
Probably 265.
Whoa.
Went up.
Whoa. We're going in the wrong direction. All right. You come back to reality and call me back, brother. You must be smoking the wrong thing.
Slate.
Okay. All right. You go get some rest. Don't drink too much, and we'll talk in a couple, okay?
Michael.
Okay. All right. We go take some more NyQuil, brother.
What last night it was 8:20.
Oh my gosh, dude. Well, good talking to you, dude. Thanks for calling me back. Let's connect up. I think I've got about 65,000 in a bank account with your name on it, but that 105 was a new one on me. So let's you put a pen to paper, you lay off the NyQuil, and let's talk like next week, okay?
Earth, okay.
I'm back to earth, brother. I'm back to earth. Newsom's fixing it all for us. All right. I'll talk to you soon. I got to go. Bye. All right. So, build rapport. This guy came in through Joe and Judith's PPL last year sometime, I believe. And this is a house I actually thought might be in the range of what my dad might want. And my dad went and looked at it. It wasn't a fit for him. And then the guy wanted too much cash. And he claims, very possibly true, that he got an appraisal for 380. Now, Furneaux has a different set of paid lead source. And this happens sometimes, by the way, if you're buying 2 different lead sources. And this guy, actually, my brother, Aaron, had talked to this guy almost 2 years ago. So he's been on the fence for a long time. So he's this guy you build rapport. And, he's always got offers coming in more than he can take, and friends inheriting $4.3 million. And he's always got big things happening. He just can't quite get things to move. So I share that because you hear the conversation we had. Now, all those other people that are, quote, offering him money, there's a chance he could take one of those offers for sure. Also, most of them are full of crap. He's full of crap. And they're going to run out of patience before he gets done and finally decides to sell this thing. So we're not going to waste time following up with him every week and having an hour chat, because he would definitely be open to that. But we are going to put him in the radar, and we're going to call him back, and we're going to cut to the chase. And one day this guy's going to sell this freaking house. And when he does, we're going to be there. All right, let's see. We're going to go back and we're going to see what Manis came up with on this 3 properties that the guy wants 180 for. Boom, 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 boom. Looking at Manis. Thank you. According to Manis, which is probably a little aggressive, Manis believes that they're worth 200 to 230. So you might get a little dab of equity. So it's all in the terms here. Janet, it's all in the terms here. If you can buy this thing and you can pay them a whole lot less than what they would rent for, it's worth doing. If you can't pay them a whole lot less than they'd rent for every month, then it's not worth doing. Looks like one of them is rented for $800 a month. One that supposedly can rent for $800 a month, and another one can rent for $650 to $750 a month. So total rent per month would be right around $2,200 on the portfolio. So Janet, in that case, you probably need to be paying him something like $1,000 a month and be responsible for the maintenance, repairs, taxes, and insurance. And then you can lease option them as they come empty. All right. That's how we underwrite a deal in that case with AI in a few short minutes while it works in the background.
He said 1%, and then he said 12% to you. I don't know.
He said 1% talking about per month. Sometimes a guy like that, he's talking about 1% per month. And so he wanted you to pay him $1,800 a month in interest, which is outrageous, I might add. All right, let's go back to, where were we? We was on Patrick on Davis Road. So I used to have my mobile home dealer's license. And there is guys who make this a whole business model. Again, I love Boslo. So don't get caught up in like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be the mobile home king and the RV king and the tax lien king and the freaking short sale queen and whatever else. So don't get caught up in shiny objects. What I am telling you is somebody who lives in Georgia, somebody who is interested in a piece of land like this, who can acquire it for probably little to nothing down and a couple $100 a month, few $100 a month for a while. I used to have my mobile home dealer's license, and we can buy mobile homes that sell. And I don't know that this area does or don't support it. I'm just knowing what I just found from a brief call. I used to be able to get mobile homes, and in fact, some of our community still has their license. So you can get mobile homes for about 45 to 65% of retail value. So in other words, if you see a mobile home at Clayton for sale for $90,000 with your dealer's license, you could probably get it for 50 to 60, maybe even 45. Well, if that's the case, now we look and go, okay, if I can get this mobile for, let's call it 50, and I can put it on this piece of dirt that I've got, let's call it 20 in, I'm in it for 70, got to pay setup. Is this an area that I could then sell this modular or this mobile? Or if it's a nice area, which I'm not sure that it is, it looks rural. But if it supports the area, there is some modulars that they bring in that look like houses. And I remember one of the modulars I was looking at, I could buy it with my mobile license for $90,000. And I met a guy who, if I remember correctly, he was putting them on dirt and selling them for $239. And he was putting them on dirt and selling them for $239. Well, if that played true in this area where you could buy a modular like that, a nice one, 3-bed, 2-bath, vaulted ceilings, beautiful one for sub 100,000 and be in the dirt for 20 and another 25 for hooking it all up. Now you're all in for 140, 150, and you could lease option this thing for 239 or sell it, better yet, retail for 239 and make yourself a quick 60 or 70K. All right. That's an opportunity for a couple of people and a shiny object for most people. So why do I share that with you? Because now with AI, it's all in the presentation. For no could buy these houses, not suggesting you should. I'm painting the picture. You could buy these, these land lots. People of wealth, we pay for access. People of wealth, we make connections. Now, here's the cool part. For no, you have funding sources because you're in Freedom Life. You have funding sources that will fund modulars. Because you're in Freedom Life, you have access to people who have their mobile home dealer's license. And when you go to find your buyer, it might even be that you didn't do all the work of putting the modular on. It might be that you called the guy who has his dealer's license and you put together on AI in 30 minutes one afternoon, painting a picture for your buyer, and you flip this land that you pay 40 for 65,000 because you painted the picture to the local Georgia fella who is going to buy these from you for 65 that you just got for 40, and flip the darn things, and he makes the 50 per modular for doing all the work, and you made 25 for putting the deal together and for spending 30 minutes on AI. Now, I know that's glorified wholesaling, but I'm telling you, in today's market, it is a tremendous opportunity. All you've got to do is add some freaking value, and it's amazing what can happen. Now, assuming that was the gameplay, we would call her back, and instead of asking for time, we would say, hey, let's get this down. Let's get you 30K and pay you off, assuming the lots are valued. I don't know that they are. I'm painting a picture based on a bunch of unknown facts. We'd have to find this out. I would paint the picture and I would say, look, Mrs. Or Mr. Patrick, I can buy your land. I'll pay you 30K. I'll close in a couple days, few days, as soon as title's ready. And we close on the darn thing. And now we list it back up. And if you can sell them for 65, you just turned your 25 profit to 35 by one more conversation. That's how these types of deals are done. And that's how Judith, I know, just did another deal where she partnered with a couple others in the community. I think they got a $30-something thousand check that they partnered with some of the others in the community. That's how Sean got a over $30,000 check, and so many others have done and are doing deals. So painting that picture. Who here's enjoying this stuff? Get the chats hopping. I know we are a little overtime today. We got more calls to do and more notes to take, but I'm going to ask you for no. Is there any calls that you most importantly, see, we talked to Jane's lead, we talked to Fernow's lead. That's all we got on the phone. Is there any more of these between that you submitted that are urgently excited for a call? I'm going to do one more before I hop to my meeting that starts in 12 minutes. You're muted.
I'd say either the Indiana one, David Fishburne,
That's the one we'll do.
or the Boonville. I think that one. Actually, no, the other one. The other one. Yeah.
Which one?
The first one. And then if you can't get a hold of
Wait, Brian?
David.
David. All right.
Yeah,
we're calling
David
David
Fishburne.
now.
Yep.
Perfect. Yes, Judith, that was Kelly. What's up, Dr. Steve? Good to see you, brother. What's up, Jerry?
Never. We're getting close. Hello.
Hey, never.
No.
How you doing?
Yeah. Doing good.
Hey, I was interested in that Keystone Avenue property. You got a quick second?
Okay. Yeah, what'd you like to know?
Cool. My understanding, you were asking 89 for the house, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And then it needed, did I understand right? It needs like 30, 40K in work to like do the roof and finish the second floor up?
Pretty much. You would have to see it and estimate that. Right now, it's rental condition. So, I mean, you could rent it tomorrow.
How much
So
would it rent for?
Probably 1,000. Yeah, because I rented the same family for 30 years. And because I owned it right in 29, 30 years, somewhere in there. Same family started out, I think, at 700. They ended up at 1,000, and they didn't even want to move. I just wanted to change.
Mm-hmm.
No, I never put any money in it. I just wanted to change. So
yeah. Okay.
I'll pay for rental property. I just don't want to die with that one.
That's fair. What's got you deciding to get rid of this one and put it in something else?
Tell me. And then we'll make that decision together. I don't really have one. So I know, and not that you're a wholesaler, but a lot of wholesalers ask that same question. What's your reason for selling? I said, well, make one up and I'll go with it.
Mm-hmm. You looking to
I've
sell a
never
whole
had-
portfolio or just this one?
I sold about a pre-COVID, which would have been was a mistake because the prices were down.
Oh,
So I
shit.
sold
Yeah.
I sold a $4 million package pre-COVID. So that $4 million package today is probably 8,
Yep.
10. Yeah, so I sold 4 million. The good news is the person that will benefit, I love the guy. It's my brother. So
Oh,
he'll benefit.
Well, I was going to
Yeah.
say you just have to drive by him every once in a while just to add to your depression. But if it's your brother, that's about it.
No, I know. So I told him, I said, hey, if anybody got the equity, it's you, and that's better because you're still raising kids and I'm not, you know?
Absolutely.
So good for him. But yeah.
You got 4 million more you want to sell or not right now?
There's 50 and I got another dozen in Florida, but not really because I'm going to sell them off one at a time as they come empty. Like this one came empty with mom dying. And, you know, she is 90. And then so when she died, everybody wanted to stay. I just said, hey, you know, mom's gone, time to go, me to make a change, whatever that means. And I know we all need money monthly. I get it. I just was just like, I knew, because you're asking for a reason. I knew if I keep it beyond now, then I am going to have to put a roof on it or have a roof on it.
Yeah.
Because the set sides broke.
Because we're kind of in acquisition mode this year. I did a similar thing and sold a few dozen of mine. And, you know, of course, we buy them one at a time, you know, cash below value sometimes, but mainly I buy them, and I like to buy portfolios on some owner finance type deal. Would you be willing to sell a portfolio if we could come to a good price and then pay you out over time on terms that worked for you and us? And, you know, we were
come to that yet.
Okay.
That could come to that. But yeah, let me think on that. If I can still clean cut and gone, I'll probably do that. What happened with my brother, I had to hold back about $1 million on the financing on him to get him financed. And so, yeah, he still owes me, I don't know, $100,000. I mean, he's paid almost everything. So, but my point I'm making is my goal is to clean cut and be gone, but I don't know. If I change my mind, I'll certainly let you know. Tell me your situation. Are you local or are you not?
I live in Louisville. I live
Okay.
in years, so I like Indiana and Kentucky.
Okay.
And so my game plan is, my main model is I buy houses and I sell them on lease option. And so when I get to buy portfolios, it's even better. And of course, you know, we could do one at a time. I'm interested for sure in the Keystone property, but if we put together a deal on 12 or 15 or 25 of them, and, you know, we could maybe pay you cash for one or two of them and then, you know, get some financing on the rest, or, you know, we're flexible as long as we can come to terms where they support themselves and, you know, we can make some money in the process, of course. But yeah, definitely in acquisition mode.
I gotcha. What's your situation? Do you have people over in Indy or Indianapolis or somewhere that can come and look?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If we come
Would
to
it be
some sort of term on like, hey, here's the addresses and, you know, here's the price range we're in. And yes, I'm open to X type of seller carry, then that would be the next step. I'd want to come and take a look through all of them we're looking at buying. So, but you know, I wouldn't want to waste yours or your tenant's time until we was in the same set. Yeah.
mortgage? The title is clean.
Yep.
I've never been in trouble. I'm nothing. So everything's spotless, but I've never none of it. So in other words, it's 100% clean. Just looking for you to tell me, hey, here's what we want to pay, or let me come and look at it. I know you guys like to be under contract before you pay, or like be under contract and then come inquire of something first. I don't know how it works, but just tell me what you're would you be able or want to come and see it and then make an offer on this one before we go any further? And I've been doing this since 1982. So this ain't my first day.
I love to hear that, because there's a whole lot less explaining needs to be done. So when it comes, so this one, yes, definitely interested. My question to you before we talk about the package, because obviously I want to know what you'd be looking to sell. That'd be the starting point. With this one, if we was to do an owner finance type deal, like what kind of, knowing we're responsible for maintenance, repairs, taxes, and insurance, like what kind of payment would you be looking for until we paid you off? The 80 whatever in full.
What's your terms? Like example, are you a 4-year deal? You a 3-year deal? You a balloon? You a 5-year deal? What's your?
So I do them two ways. If you say, hey, I don't want to get ate up on taxes, I want to go a full 30. We occasionally buy from landlords who want that, and then about half the people we buy from, we put in a 10-year balloon. But our objective is to lease option it. So I expect that it would happen sooner than that. But and if it didn't, we just recommit in the meantime.
What I would do, you understand about the taxes. I hate them. They suck ass. But what I'd probably do if I got it bought outright, just hypothetically, is I'd probably just do an exchange on it and just try to buy like a little tiny rentable trailer in Florida or something. Just because I prefer. I don't even want Indiana anymore. But just saying, maybe I'd do that. So I don't know about the owner financing yet. Let me study on that. If I understood the terms more, what's your interest rate, all that kind of stuff.
So we play with, for us, it's about, can we, of course, make some cash flow every month. So we're responsible for maintenance, repairs, taxes, insurance, as you, I'm sure, are familiar with. So can we get a little cash flow in the meantime, and then can we get a little equity where our lease option buyer, when they cash us out, we make a profit? And so if you're familiar with lease options a lot or not a lot.
Never done one.
Okay.
I know that sounds crazy.
No, not at all.
So not super understanding of it. Yeah. But I'm from the old school where I just bought it outright and just rented it for its life.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And you got appreciation and depreciation and 1031 into something else,
and spend it in something else. And that's how I acquired the dozen 14, 15 in Florida. And some of them are $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. Yeah. But some of them are $89,000 homes. They really are. Yep. Down there in a little park that you own the land. So it just saying it is what it is. So it's just whatever you come up with. Now they're very small. They're 400 square feet homes. So, you don't get much, but you get one tenant and you have like less than one problem.
Yeah. Well, let's do this way then. Would it be worth the discussion? Because I'm open to making an offer. Our cash offer would be at a bit of a discount, and our terms offer would of course be paying you out over time at finding out what rate you want. As long as we can make some cash flow on the monthly till we get paid out, I'm flexible. But would you prefer to nail down some numbers on this one deal, or would you prefer to put together a list and see what we could do on a dozen or 24? I'm open to either. Doesn't make me no difference.
Yeah, I mean, in the future, I'll hold your number. I'll even put it in my phone. Here's where I'm at right now. I'm going to wait. I don't really. These tenants have gotten so used to me, so I'm just like, I would probably just wait till their leases are up and work on a program at that point in time, because a lot of them get nervous as soon as they change hands. I don't know. And a lot of my tenants are elderly. So then there's that too. So, and unfortunately, I don't have the real numbers where they belong. So someone may pay me $900 a month and that house is $1,300 a month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the real numbers is not there. So that could also work against you as well, because if I'm under a contract or something with them.
Yeah.
So
I get that. It's a lot of long term. And just so you know, when we've done it before, where we buy a whole portfolio or sell for that fact, buy a whole portfolio, since you would be at least part of the financing deal, it would be more of a, hey, we're partnering up with
David,
with David, and together, and so we can overcome that together if we get to that point. But yes, definitely something to put in your memory bank. And let's continue the discussion. And on this one, our just to cut to the chase, our cash offer would probably be about 70% of value, and our, payments over time, it would be probably looking to buy it. We'd probably be close to that 89, but then, we'd want to pay you somewhere between 500 and 600 a month net, knowing we're taking care of responsibility of taxes and repairs and maintenance, insurance, and until we paid you out the full 89 or so in cash. So
I got you. I got you. Yeah, you got a pretty good picture. You know what it is. It's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath. Oh, yeah, 3-bedroom, 1 bath. It does have an unfinished upstairs, another 500 square feet. It does have a roof that needs replaced. It's not leaking. It's got a 2-car garage. The roof on the garage needs replaced too. I can't say that it's leaking, but I do see water like on the concrete part. So I just want to say, but I don't see water in the house anywhere. So just to kind of give you, just trying to give you an idea. But those are things that are real. Yeah, like I think 1,000 or greater, as is 1,000. I think it could be greater once you decide to put some money in it. Yes, I agree.
Okay.
So
if we bought it from you for that 89 and paid you out net 500 a month until we paid you off the 89 cash at whatever balloon period, would that be acceptable to you?
Maybe. Let me think on that, because okay, it would be one less headache. I concur. So that's one thing working in my favor. But I just got to make sure that everything else makes sense. But I'm not saying it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me study on that, because I kind of like not having the headache, but I kind of like.
It's addicting having the headache. I get it.
Yeah. Truthfully, luckily, I just haven't put any money in. So really, with this house, it has just been almost free and clear money. Honestly, everything.
Yeah.
Because I didn't pay anything for it when I got it. It was free.
Mm-hmm.
So, so there's no reason to lie about that. 30 years ago, the guy quit claimed it to me and was like, I'm done. But that was when the neighborhood was a little more sketchy, and somebody went in there and got it on fire, and he collected all the money, and then he was actually putting it back, and he got it back to the downstairs, and is clean. Everything's clean and they come back in and they try to do it again.
I'll wrap up answering the last couple of questions I see, so we can get ready to queue those up. Brandon, if you don't mind, any questions you have, put them in the chat with a Q in the front, and I'll answer those before we conclude here in about 5 minutes.
I don't want it. So that's what happened.
Good deal, man. Well, cool. Should I talk about this time or when would you?
Any time is good. I'm like you. I'm self-employed, so it really don't matter.
Yeah.
But you said a cash offer is, and I'm not even saying 89 is retail. I'm saying 89 is the number I wanted. You might get more, you might get less. I don't know if you owned it. Yeah, we can touch base with me. Send me your contact information, and I'll see where I'm at.
I'll text you soon. Hang out, brother.
Talk to you.
All right. Good talking to you. Bye for now. All right. So that is a relationship. The reason I went a little long on that call was for you guys' knowledge. That was David on Keystone. Put to follow up with him tomorrow. And I think we had another follow up in there somewhere. Oh, Patrick. Was it Patrick? Yes, it was Patrick. Patrick put to follow up with him tomorrow. Any questions you have, we can get those on the screen now. That was the last call of the day. I'm going to answer your questions, and I want to give you a quick rundown of the reason I talked to him, because that's a relationship that may be nothing, and that's a relationship that might be a dozen or 2 dozen portfolio, and you be the answer to his prayer and him be the answer to yours. And so that's a relationship worth connecting with. All right. Can we make that just a little bit bigger, Brandon? My LASIK surgery might need an update. Thank you. Have you done bridge loans for closing, and how did that work? I had a piece of land in Memphis, Tennessee, but needed to buy it first to be able to wholesale it to a new buyer. Yes, we both do bridge loans inside the community with the community members, and we have used bridge loans whenever it comes time to wholesale a deal quickly, or when we're, for whatever reason, needing to put down some money. Maybe we're getting a major discount. Let's say we're buying a $200,000 house for 100, and they want 30 or 40 down. A bridge loan could get them that 30 or 40 down on the property. So several deal structures there to be had. So in short, yes, Any other questions we have? Type them in the chat. How's your energy? Put it in the chat. I got to see your energy levels before we wrap today. What about how to talk to sellers about seller financing when they aren't looking to sell necessarily? The landlord is just tired of tenants and toilets and taxes. Good question, Mandy. So number one is find out if they want to sell. And a phrase I often use, I will ask them like, "Hey, would you consider selling them if we were interested?" So in other words, would you consider selling if I was interested, if we were interested? Secondly, cut to the chase. Once you start having a chat with somebody like that, I will often use the phrase, "I don't want to waste your time or mine. I just want to, find out what you're looking to accomplish." This guy obviously is not a motivated seller in terms of needing to get done with the properties. He's not behind on payments or taxes, but he's motivated in the sense that he's managing a bunch of tenants and it's kind of his life. And he hasn't really thought of life too much without them. You could tell. And so you're planting the seed of life without managing all those tenants. All right. Any other questions before we wrap? Going once. Guys, thank you so much for being here. David, Yasmin, thank you so much. For submitting the leads. Jane and everyone else who submitted leads. Angela, Joe, and Judith, keep it up. I'm going to wrap us with a quick prayer. I think a midweek prayer would be a good thing. God, thank you for everything. Thank you for this beautiful crew who's on here today and for the time we got to spend together. I pray your blessings on every one of them. Let us continue to be blessed and bless others and serve in the way we're called to serve. And just thank you for everything, for health and life and breath and air and family and friends and people around us and the luxuries of life that we can easily forget if we're not careful. Just thank you. I love you. In Jesus' name, amen. Brandon, thank you for being here. Give it up for Brandon in the chat. Send a great big round of applause in the chats for Brandon. Thank you for being here, Brandon. Thank you for being here, team. Truca family, everybody on YouTube. It has been an incredible Deal Room Live. We got lots more to cover, but the clock has told us we should wrap it. So that's what we're going to do now. I will be talking to you and seeing you, Truca family, on the upcoming Zooms. Everyone on YouTube, I will see you next week. Same place, same time. Thanks for the smile. I appreciate you, team. Be blessed. Bye for now.